Have you heard of the term vision boards?
No, I have not.
So a vision board is like like a board that you create with pictures or words or things on it that you want to see in your life, goals, aspirations. And so I have a vision board. I wrote down my business goals on it. I wrote down some financial and personal, or even some possession stuff that I want to see. And I'm seeing some of this stuff come to pass, which is really, really neat. And then the other aspect is some of my goals I set up. I look at my business goals. I set really high expectations. Chances are I'm probably not going to hit those,
Right.
but I would really like to. And if I did, it would change my family, life. And when this is my struggle in that aspect. I want to have goals. I want to have desires. I want to have aspirations to strive towards for the future, but also I'm looking into the future, and those things can also create anxiety.
Yep.
Can create a feeling of lack. So how do I reconcile the goals and attaining and moving forward and having something to drive you, but also not to allow that to create anxiety, to create a feeling of lack or desperation or just not enough?
Zig Ziglar was my mentor. Tom, his son, and I are good friends. I'm a Ziglar trainer. I teach the Ziglar Speakers Institute. I'm one of their corporate speakers as well. And we do a number of different things that we train corporations and individuals. One particular thing that we do is goal setting. The goal setting program is an excellent, and I mean excellent program. And we teach that you divide your goals into three different categories: the short term, medium range, and then the long term. You need to have some pie in the sky goals, not things that are, well, not things that are impossible, but a real good stretch, because those are the kinds of things that keep you moving in the right direction. Financial independence, for example. So one goal might be to retire with $10 million. It might be a pie in the sky kind of a deal. Not impossible though, not at your age. It might be, it would have been impossible for somebody living in the 50s, but for somebody born as a millennial, for example, that is
Right.
doable. It's a stretch, but it's doable. So, having that goal kind of over the horizon, you don't have to see the ways to get to it over the horizon. You just have to be able to get to the horizon, and then you'll be able to take the next few steps. Now, the intermediate goals are doable, but they're within, let's say, a month to a year. So you want to have those, and you want to have those planned out. And of course, the short range goals are today through a month, let's say. And the reason why you have the three categories is because as you attain the shorter goals and the intermediate goals, it gives you the confidence, and it's still moving you in the direction where your self-talk is going to be positive because you're accomplishing things. But that long-term goal is still out there, but that's still moving you towards the horizon, which is so important. That in a nutshell is what we teach. But I highly recommend that people break up their categories. And then, of course, there's a number of questions you want to ask. Is it beneficial for everyone involved? Is this particular goal congruent with the rest of my life goals? Is it congruent with my golden thread, who I was born to be? What my DNA is as a individual, someone who contributes to society, or is it congruent or incongruent? Does my immediate family say, yay, this is a great, goal. This is a wonderful opportunity. Or is it going to detract from them? Is it going to distract from my other goals? So there's a series of questions you want to make sure that are on target. For example, I want to walk to the moon. Now that is not possible. You might want to rephrase that, like, I would like to visit the moon in a 3D experience. Well, that's doable, but not walk to the moon. So you might want to restructure the goals and figure out what the essence of the goal is. Is the goal having $10 million, or is the goal being financially independent? Because you don't have to have the 10 million to be financially independent. What you need to do is redefine what financial independence means for you, and what it will mean for you at the net present value in the future. And that's how you can revamp your goals so that they're becoming a little bit more realistic. That's what I would suggest.